Jeez.
Welcome to the Split Line Off-Road Podcast.
Are you ready to go GNCC racing? Fans running to the fences, side by side. Boards gets a better line. Oh boy, we got wheel to wheel right here, string. Oh, and Stu Baylor right behind him. Russell gonna try to dive bomb down to the inside. No, can't get the line he wants. Duval is in control. We open back up. Here comes Neil once again. He's looking for the pass. Oh, the bumping going on.
I had the microphone turned off first. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Split Line Off-Road Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Rodney Cooper, and with me today, as always,
Brandon Water here, guys. What is up?
episode 070. Getting up there in the numbers, aren't we, Brandon?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Pretty soon we'll have an episode 100. I have to do something big for
We
that.
have something big for that.
Yeah,
I
100.
think we can get Ricky Carmichael and
I was thinking more like Barry Hawk and maybe Bill Valance or Caleb Russ. You know, one of those guys, something like
that'd
that.
be awesome.
Go on.
That'd be pretty
Go on.
sweet, for sure. It is going to be a great show. We have an awesome guest coming on tonight, Devon Feehan. Rising star in the ATV GNCC world, will be coming on and joining us this evening. We will be giving away an XC Gear Mako 360. I'm excited about that.
Oh, yeah. Big prize. Big
We will be
prize.
talking Tiger Run. We will be talking GNCC all over. We'll be talking maybe a little bit of Supercross
Cross,
here at
yep.
the beginning of the show.
Right?
It's going to be a good show. Before
It'll be
we
great.
get into it, though, we got to thank our awesome sponsors. First and foremost, we got to thank Guts Racing. Since 1985, Guts has been making the best seat covers and seat foam in the business. They are a standout among seats. They were developed in Northern California and have since then have been a staple in
Right.
seat cover technology. We'll be giving one of those away soon.
Right.
This month, just like we do every other month. Andy, Greg, and all the crew at Guts Racing is awesome. We also got to thank Seal Savers. They also have been around for 20 plus years. Also another Northern California company, so we appreciate them coming all the way to the East Coast and using and abusing their products over here at the GNCC. They are the first and original fork savers and ultimate seal protection when it comes to ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, trucks, mountain bikes. Got them on my mountain bike. I got some new
too. I think I've seen them with some street bikes too.
What do they say you on street bikes? Some like pop spilling on it?
You know, I mean.
Wait, what are you doing over there?
It's going to be that kind of show.
I'm just saying.
I'm still not used to the law.
I got some new forks for my mountain bike, and I made a picture the other day. New forks, same old protection. So we thank them for coming on board. We got to give them another one of those away. So we're doing another game, right?
Another game.
We're gonna be doing. That was fun.
Yeah.
Is Lauren up for the challenge this time?
I think she is. I don't know.
So we're gonna doing another. What do we call it? Moto.
I don't know.
Guess who? Moto edition.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So save 25%, by the way, on anything over at Seal Savers by using the discount code SPLITLINE. Use capital S, SPLITLINE, and let's go. Sunstar Chain and Sprockets, we got to thank them. They are top of the line chains and sprockets made out of, manufactured out of cast hardened chromely steel for the ultimate strength.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the best. Doug Kirk, awesome dude on our, what's that?
So I put it through. You know, I challenge him.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon's basically the rider of the year over there.
Just a month.
Just March. Just March. Yeah.
No one cares.
Save 30% over at Sunstar Chain and Sprockets by using the discount code SPLITLINE30.
That's right.
So we got to thank them as well for sure for coming on the podcast and supporting us. We got to thank Mountain State Hair Scrambles. They are best best local series
Oh, yeah.
around.
Mhm.
I mean, hands down, these guys, Richie Nolan and the guys, they put on a great event. They're going to be running over at Marvin Mountaintop
Yep.
this weekend. I might be going.
Might be going. Rock Gardens. You're gonna go check out the Rock Gardens, or
maybe
what?
go and you help people through the Rock Gardens. Yeah.
You're not gonna ride? Oh my god!
Dude, I'm media now.
Guys, send him a
Media.
bunch of bad messages,
We're
like
media.
personal messages.
We're media now.
I ride.
I mean,
I do
evidently,
media.
I take my job more seriously than you.
Listen, if you don't ride the track, how you supposed to know what it's like?
I talk to the riders.
Is that those guys don't know what we're talking about?
If I'm there, I'm going to have a bunch of T-shirts with me. So hit me up for some of those and free stickers. And if you get a T-shirt, then more free stickers.
That's right. Free
So,
stickers for
Yeah,
everybody.
absolutely. And then we also got to thank our newest sponsor, XC Gear.
That's right.
XC Gear. They have been famously known for the Mako 360 that you can put on a dirt bike and a quad.
Yep.
You can put them on a quad. Awesome. The best anti-vibration bar clamps in the business. Those guys, they make top of the line products, and everything's handmade by Lance and his wife. And it's just great products. And it's awesome to see a small a mom and pop shop supporting
Oh yeah,
mom and pop.
mom and pop.
Mom and pop podcast.
I'm glad you called yourself mom.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. So
We all know how
then
it
we
goes.
also have the hammerhead
Yeah.
for the mountain bike. So I want to get one of those and put it on a mountain bike because my arms get tired
Yeah.
and I get sick
I
of the
think,
vibration.
your arms are still gonna get tired.
Maybe. And then you got the foot peg spurs. I'm excited to give one of these away tonight.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be huge.
That's a big prize,
So
man.
you guys need to be paying attention and watching because we're going to be giving one of those away
Yep.
soon. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Brandon, you going racing this weekend?
I am full gas sprint Enduro, baby.
It's going to be a good one, right?
Lake Sugar Tree. Looks like the cross test is like 3.9 miles. A little bit of grass layout. It's good stuff. Like 3 miles of Enduro, a little bit of woods. It's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be about 65 degrees down there on a Saturday. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Won't be wearing shorts like I am right now, but it'll be fun. It's going to be good. We're going to go down and see what we can do.
Did you watch Supercross this past weekend?
Well, duh. Did you?
Yeah, of course I
Okay,
did.
Exactly.
It was the championship's over, right? In the 450s.
As long as,
Is every championship over?
anybody can get hurt.
Who is the most likely to potentially not win of the three? Between
I'm throwing it
Eli,
out.
Christian Craig, and Jet.
I think it's a toss up between Jet and Craig because they both are on the ground a lot.
Hey, Doug Kirk says he's getting ready to order a hammerhead. Right on,
Ooh,
Doug.
Heck yeah, Doug. Heck yeah. No, like I think it's between Christian and Jet because those guys seem like just like once again we saw Christian Craig on the ground. And then Jet has the same thing where he can start riding kind of over his head just a hair and like swap out. And all it does is take one time and on the ground. Like he got really lucky with Faulkner and some other accidents. So it only takes one time to hit the ground. And
So Jet's the most likely to lose to Cameron?
Like I said, both of them. You just don't know. Craig's, I think was it last year when he was in the title fight and broke his foot? I think so. And ended it soon. So, like I said, these guys, those two, Tomac, was he like 150 consecutive Supercross races or something like that? He's only missed one in 5 years.
Tomac is the man. Like he really has been able to avoid all chaos this year. It's been very chaotic this year.
Dude, like, did you really think he's going to be that good?
No, I wasn't expecting this.
I didn't know. Honestly, I really didn't know what to expect. I knew he was going to be I knew he was going to like the power of the Yamaha. I just didn't know it was going to handle so well for him.
Yeah.
And like in that rough stuff, he's going just as fast as he is if it's smooth, and it's insane.
Yeah.
And then everybody always said that Yamaha can't corner, but my God, he looks pretty good on it.
It's crazy that Eli, that Yamaha. Remember at Daytona how he smoked that Yamaha in 25 minutes?
Yeah.
He is one of the only people that really just uses the bike and abuses the bike to its full. Like he really is somebody that just powers through everything.
Yeah.
And I want to say that this year, you've heard a lot about the tracks breaking down extensively towards the end of the races. And it just seems like that's always when he excels, is when the tracks get rougher. So looking back at it, it kind of makes sense how good he's been to see, like you get him comfortable on a bike and have, a little bit more power, maybe something a little bit heavier. It just seems like, because the Yamaha is a little bit heavier,
It's
right?
there, yeah.
And I mean, and he's happy.
Yeah,
so
he's happy. He's riding good. He's got plenty of motor.
Oh yeah,
getting hole shots. I mean, like coming out in third place, like that's awesome for Tomac.
Oh, it really is.
So so it's crazy. I just can't believe how well they got that bike working for him. I thought that was going to be a struggle because it just seemed like everyone else that they put on that thing besides Dylan Ferrandis on the outdoors really struggled with it.
Yeah,
they didn't really have too much success. So
yeah,
interesting. And then that's the other thing. So with Tomac having the big gap, we've heard in the last 4 years. I know we're still about 8 races away from going outdoors, but do you think that he could be the first one to go back to back in a long time?
Like you mean
championship?
You mean championship on Supercross and motocross? Yeah. Yes, definitely. I think he definitely could.
Because everybody always says like, "Oh, you're gonna have the Supercross hangover from the championship," but it's not right. It
used to be, but you used to have guys that did both. You used to have Dungey. You used to have Villapoto. Like those guys would a lot of times win both championships in the season.
Yeah, I mean, like last time when Tomac won the Supercross championship, that's when he went really downhill with the Cowie that year on the outdoors. That's when he started slipping. So I was just curious because everybody's like, well, I mean, if he rides that good on indoors, is he going to do that good outdoors? And I think he can. I just don't know if it's going to have that Supercross hangover. But like I said, he's not in a big battle right now. He's not in a tight battle to where he's like stressing and putting in the work. So,
exactly.
So I think that's going to play a big role in it. I could be wrong, but I don't see why he couldn't go Supercross championship.
He definitely could. Out of anybody, because he's always been known as the outdoor guy. Yeah. Out of anybody, he definitely could be the one to do it. Hey, Tim McIntyre, thanks for joining us, bud. We appreciate it. But yeah, no, I agree. I think that he could do it, but okay, let's jump over to 250s real quick because you and I had this conversation.
Okay.
I think you know what I'm going to bring up. What do you think of Craig's comments on the podium?
So on the podium, he overreacted. Okay. And he even said this. He went back and there was an interview. When he went back and watched it, he was like, I overreacted. Okay.
But he's quick to overreact a lot.
He is. He's very quick. But think about in his position. He's one of the older guys in the class. Everybody's giving him crap because he's a 250 rider still. He's what, 3 races away from wrapping his bad boy up and getting his championship for the 250s finally. And, and he seems like he's on the ground a lot. And he's just like, man, if he could have, I don't know, broke a collarbone or hurt a shoulder. And right there when he got hit, I mean, it's his fault, kind of. I mean, he should have let off just a hair. I don't know. I mean,
being the older guy in the class, though, I feel like he should be more self-aware of what he is perceived to be, because, saying stuff like that, like saying like, oh, I get taken out all the time and complaining a lot. Like you see guys that are very likable kind of throw themselves to the wolves when they do stuff like that. I mean, look at Ken Roxon. Ken Roxon 5 years ago was one of the most like loved guys because he was just like cool Kenny, like, and then with all the excuses, and I know some of them were true and a lot of them were true, but the more excuses you make, the more you really kind of paint a target on your back for the fans.
Right. Well, I mean, you got to think about it as a rider. Your fans is like your girlfriend. Yeah. You know what I mean? Eventually, she gets tired of hearing all the excuses. She wants to see some progress. So, that's the way I kind of look at it. So, I think Craig would. He just needs to kind of dial it back, relax a little bit, just be grateful he got through that race without any hurt, and then save those comments for after the race and off the camera. So.
I agree. Yeah. Hey, let's jump over to the GNCC. Let's talk
about fantasy first.
Do you want to do
Supercross?
Yeah, let's do fantasy.
Let's do fantasy.
Yeah, you got it. Let's go.
All right, Rocky Mountain Fantasy. Sorry, I'll Rocky Mountain first. Jeremy DeWitt still kicking everybody's butt. Now he's up to 444th overall. I don't know if he dropped back or if he was, or I can't remember. And then B. Moretto is second. Ronnie B is in third. Guthrie 441 is in fourth. McIvory in fifth. Jay in sixth. Man Mixer on 7th, and Big Ben in 8th. All right. So over to the pulp this week, and in the single week, Abby 8012 won. I don't know where she came from, but I
saw where we got a new player over there, so maybe that's her.
Maybe
come
that's
out
her.
Of nowhere and win.
And then Jay Groff is in second for the week, and then Baz 131 took third. You were in 6th, and I don't know where I was. I was down there. And then for the series overall, I'm pretty sure it's still Mason. Why isn't it switching?
Great radio, bro.
Great radio. It's not switching. Hold on. I'm pretty sure it's Mason with the.
It's got to be Mason. Mason's killing us all.
He is.
So you want to just jump over to the split line?
Go ahead.
Okay. So in split line fantasy, again, thank you guys for playing so much. We appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun this year. It's caused people some heartaches. People hate it and love it all at the same time, and that's what we're here for. Mm-hmm. Our boy Doug Kirk took the win this week, and I know you're watching, dude. And congratulations, took the win with 172 points. Billy Bebot took second with 168. AJ Connors 161. Michael Aldridge 158, and Josh DeNoble 154. Brandon, you're getting caught.
I'm getting coming caught.
For you.
I'm getting
caught. You took first, or you are in first.
Still back in first.
You're back in first. Tom's on a golfing trip.
Oh,
so Tom, no
excuses.
He still made his. He made his.
Did he make his picks?
Yeah, he made his picks. He made his picks. But he dropped down to 4th place. But Brandon's in first. Zach Baldwell 1 point behind. We have a battle, fellas. And Billy Bebot's in 3rd, only about 20 points behind. Wow. So I'm hanging back there. And I'm just watching. I'm watching the lead up front, and I'm taking notes. And Josh Henthorne. I've been thinking about it. So he's talked to our buddy Bob Rittenhouse.
Oh,
and
okay.
Bob's racing High Point.
Oh, is he?
Motocross this year. Yeah.
Me and Jonathan are actually talking right now about doing it.
Yeah.
Talking.
Yeah. So, and Josh drives bus with me, and he was talking about, he said, you should race. So, and he said, have I given any more thought to it?
You need to. What are you doing? Just sitting around on the couch. Man,
I don't want to go out there and embarrass everybody.
Well, that's fine. Embarrass everyone. Everybody wants to see embarrassed. DM this guy.
Yeah.
Tell him to get off and do some riding.
Yeah. So let's go jump over into the results for the GNCC. First and foremost, we're going to talk about the 4x4. There was a very close race this week.
It was like a 2-second
between Cody Kohler and Brandon Frazier. They went like bumper to bumper from the beginning of the race to the end of the race. And Cody took first place. Brandon took second, and Robbie Picore, I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that right, took third. So congratulations to those guys for the podium. In the WXC class, Caitlin Osborne went flag to flag. Wow. She took the win from the drop of the green flag to the checkered flag. Tracy Pickens finished second, and Jessica Eloff finished third. Hannah Hunter had a solid ride. I think she had an accident at the beginning of the first lap or something, and ended up coming back, just finished just off the podium, doing what she needed to do to get those championship points. Over in the Pro-Am ATV class in the afternoon race, Jay Shadron, perfect 4 for 4 so far this year. We need to get him on the show soon.
We need to. Yeah.
I want to talk to him about his story. He's got a really interesting story that I would love to hear. Kind of, maybe jump to the pro class earlier than what he should have. Then, dropped back to A class last year, ran top 20 all year long, and now is kind of dominating the Pro-Am class. Yeah. So he finished first place in Pro-Am, and I believe he finished like 7th or 8th overall. Mm-hmm. Wyatt Wilkins finished second. Steve Harrell finished third.
Where did Steve Harrell come from? This guy's on fire,
killing it, doing really, really well, and then the pro class, Bryson Neal, which I think we both predicted, or did I?
You did. I said.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I predicted.
You predicted.
I predicted Bryson to win this race because, Walker said it himself. Once they go to one facility, they seem to do really well at that facility.
It's confidence, man.
It's confidence. Walker finished second. Those two, Bryson was actually on the Bottleneck Live last night, and so it was cool to listen to him talk to those guys. And I predicted on that show that the championship is going to come down to Ironman this year. I think it is.
You think?
If these two could both stay healthy and keep their bike running all year long,
that's going to be the thing.
That's going to be
who's going to break first. That's going to thing. Like who's going to break?
Hopefully nobody.
No.
You have a feeling that somebody is going
it's
to at some point in time.
Right?
But with as hard these guys are pushing.
I was going to say, if this keeps up, they're going to be pushing. Somebody's going to push a little too hard one race.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Cole Richardson finished third, and then Devon Feehan finished fourth. So we're going to be talking to Devon here in just a minute. And then over on the dirt bike side, the WXC, Corey Steed.
Yeah.
Is that her second win of the year or her first?
I think it's first.
First win of the year. Congratulations, Corey. Brandy Richardson, and then Taylor Jones finished third.
Rachel Archer,
I believe Rachel, she had
sprocket.
a sprocket that went all taco on her. So she had a little bit of an unfortunate event. So, bad points day for her, but I'm sure she'll come out round 5 swinging.
I don't know if she runs Sunstar or not, but she needs to get one.
Hey, yeah, she needs to get in touch with Doug Kirk if she doesn't run Sunstar. So then in the pro, I mean, Ben just doing Ben's things. He's running away with this thing at this point in time, and it's kind of making it boring. So up front, I mean, because he's controlling the race and kind of just doing what he wants to do. So Ben won big again this weekend. Ashburn finished second, and Trevor Bollinger, first ever podium. So congratulations to Trevor. I want to get him on the podcast soon and talk to him. And seems like a good dude, and he definitely deserved this one. So congratulations to him. We're going to talk about the bikes after we have Devon on, but we're going to get Devon on here in a second. Do you want to go ahead and give away the XC gear, make a 360?
Should we wait? Should we wait? Or should we make it? I don't know. Want to do it?
Let's do it.
You want to do it?
Let's just go ahead and do it. We got the people on here. People want to see who's going to win the Mako 360. I hope whoever wins is watching.
You hope?
I hope. So should we go? Let's go live on Instagram real quick while we're doing it as well.
Oh boy.
Right? Might as well.
Oh my gosh, man. You're like going this live stuff.
Live.
No.
We won't do live. We'll just do a story. All right.
All
right, guys. If you're on Instagram, we're getting ready to give away the Mako 360. So we're live on the show. Make sure you come and watch as well. Brandon, go ahead and hit the randomizer.
Okay. And
it's going to be given away to one of the players of the round 4 GNCC. Brandon,
tell me when to stop.
And stop.
Looks like we got Zach Bothwell for the win.
Zach Bothwell, congratulations! You won the Mako 360. We will be getting in touch with XC Gear. That's a huge gift.
That's a huge gift.
Yeah, congratulations, Zach.
Yeah. Congratulations,
man. That's awesome.
Actually, I'm gonna take it away from him. He's about to beat me, and isn't that he was in second? Yeah, Zach Bothwell, I think. He was like 1 point behind me, I'm pretty sure.
He's either in second or third. Yeah. I think he is in second, actually.
I got to take that back. We got to hit the button again.
Yeah. Man, real quick before we get Devon on, Devon just keeps – he just commented.
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
This is where he
said, appreciate it, y'all. Yeah, we're excited to give that to you. We'll be
let us know how it works, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the quad.
Absolutely, for sure. So let me talk to you a little bit about Devon before he comes on.
Okay.
Because we don't want to swell his head up too much before he comes on.
Okay.
Dude has been so solid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when he broke out towards the end of last year, it was like, man, this kid is really, really riding well right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, as soon as he went into this year, I was wondering, is there going to be a hangover from it, or is he just going to keep, pick up where he left off? And he was left off, and I don't think he's finished outside the top 4 at all this year. And it's just been a really impressive season so far.
And think about this one before we get him on. What you think about this? He came on after the midsummer last year, after the summer break.
Yeah,
and which is all northern tracks. So we're going to be getting into the John Pittons and the Ironman races. And I think that's where he might be more comfortable at.
Yeah, I mean, he's from New York.
Yep.
He the farther we get north, the more comfortable he should naturally be getting. So I'm excited to see what he has in store for the rest of the year, and I think that it can only just keep getting better and better at this point in time because it's getting comfortable up there.
Yeah.
Hello,
Devon.
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going, man? We appreciate you coming on.
Cool. Yeah, it's going good.
Yeah, we're live right now. So I don't know if I told you we'd be live. So Devon, by the way, we're live.
Yeah, I was listening. I figured there's about a 90% chance we were live.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah,
we're live.
We're live.
So how you been, man?
Been good. Just staying busy, wrenching away, and getting ready for these races. So it's been really exciting, and just definitely staying motivated.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, you've been doing so well this year, and we've talked about you a absolute ton on this podcast. And we know that you listen, and it's just been great to see you take the success that you had last year, put a hard off season in, and then just continue it this year.
Yeah. I don't know the last time we talked, if we talked after the end of last season or not, but I mean, obviously the fall portion of 2021 went really well. I mean, we talked over the summer, and I was ready to be all in for the rest of that season and see what I could put together with everything I learned with the new Yamaha. Just putting it all together. Really, it's not even really just about the machine. It was just all the aspects of it. There's a lot that goes into it, and I was just seeing what I could put together, and things went well as far as the racing goes. And over the summer, just focused on sticking to what worked and figuring out what did work, and just kind of add to it and stick to that plan and keep it going.
Yeah. Coming into the season, I know you were getting used to the Yamaha. You're probably still getting used to the bike, like you were saying and stuff. Is down south, is that more where you're like, are you comfortable down there, or is it something like, all right, just get through these south deep sand stuff and get back up north? Or
yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily prefer one way or the other where we race. I guess I like being up north more towards the New York races for obvious reasons. That's where I normally ride, and that's the conditions I ride in. But, for this season, I was able to stay down for the first 4 rounds and get some riding down there, down south. So just more time on the machine, and I feel like that helped, and I made it work. Definitely keeping practice equipment together was a task, but I'm really happy with how this season's going so far.
So do you live in New York through the off season and then train up there, or do you go down south like everybody else? I know a lot of guys go to Florida, but
yep, I've been like half and half.
Okay.
So for the past couple of years, I went down, I think in 2020, maybe a week and a half before round 1, and then last year I was 2 weeks before round 1, and then this year I went down towards the end of January. So I was kind of half and half. I stayed home all of November, December, just obviously going through all the machines and getting back together. So went down there end of January, stayed near Brooksville area, and it was just really good to get that riding in.
So you talked about wrenching. How much of your own mechanic work are you doing?
Well,
percentage wise.
I don't know if I could put a percentage on it, but I have Micah with Custom Access doing all the suspension work, and I don't do anything service wise to them. I've actually went down with him a couple of years ago and watched him go through all the suspension, and got to see kind of the mechanical side of that. And I think that stuff, it's really about having the right tools, and it's a little bit more precision stuff. So I've got him doing that, and Ryan at B&R Motorsports, he does my ports the heads and, stuff like the wire harness, and obviously, as far as all of like the chassis components and that stuff, I'm doing all of the, tear downs and washing, greasing everything up in between races and, putting it all back together, checking things over, replacing the parts. And I have been doing my engine assembly work. So and that's kind of a, win and lose situation where, it does help when I'm in a time crunch that I can do an engine top to bottom. But, I feel like I've had to learn some things with that. And, luckily I've had Mario Ruggeri, first started helping me with engines early on with the Hondas and stuff. And I would always watch him and, go back and forward and try to figure that stuff out. It's just something you have to be a little bit more precise with. And same with Ryan. He's been really helpful. Just any questions I have to get that stuff done. But like I said, I feel like I'm keeping it together now. So that's good.
Yeah. That's a tough task, to be working on your own stuff through the week, and try to get training in and ride time on your practice bike, and then probably maintaining that bike as well. So you can have your good race bike. And it takes a lot of time and effort. Yeah,
no, it is a lot of time. And, it's where I spend almost most of my time. Honestly, it's, pretty much a full-time job. And, I definitely keep track of what I'm putting into the mechanic side of things, as far as, time and all that stuff. And yeah, it's definitely a lot.
Have you ever thought about, what it would take to maybe get a full-time mechanic for you? Like what would have to happen?
I don't know. I've just been, sticking to my routine and, a lot of aspects of it I do enjoy. So, I don't know. I mean, it's working pretty well what I'm doing, and, it works for my situation. And, but yeah, I don't know, maybe that'd be something to think about or throw out there.
Yeah, I was just curious because I know like Hunter Hard and Fowler and now Bryson's with Magna One. So I was just curious, because you're up there with those guys, and I was just curious if if you ever put any thought into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly it's a big load to take on, and to make it work too. It's like to make it actually finish the race and be able to compete at the front, it's you definitely got to cross your T's and dot your I's. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's like I said, it's been working what I'm doing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that you've made yourself a staple in that podium threat position, and how when you're on your way up, you always have that goal. Okay, I want to get into the top 10. I want to get into the top 5. I want to get into a podium position and start flirting with the podium position. And I believe now that you're in a position where you're really starting to think about wins, and you've been very close. What was it? Not the two races ago, you led more than half the race, I believe, right?
Yeah, a lap or two or something like that in Georgia.
Yeah. And when you're up front like that, do you feel like you belong? And what is that like feeling for you? I mean, because you're starting to do it more and more often.
Yeah. I mean, and that's something, it definitely takes time because, when you're coming up in the sport and striving for that, there's a lot of other things that you have to kind of check off first. So, hey, let's get a top 10, let's get a top 5, let's get that first podium. Like those are all goals that have, that I've strived for and have been able to achieve. And then, it's almost like when you're working as hard as you can to get a podium and you're coming short, it's hard to think about winning a race.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, in Ironman last year, actually the last lap of that race, Cole ran out of fuel pretty much a mile before the finish. And like, I had the lead there and it was almost like I didn't know what to do. I was like, this is insane. How is this happening? And like, it just maybe just overwhelmed or, mentally was not ready for that.
Yeah.
And I ended up, literally a quarter mile before the finish, clipping a tree and yard sailing basically. So yeah, I mean, it's, and after that I was like, man, I was right there. Hard to believe. And, yeah, I mean, this year I've, been just trying to put my best foot forward in every race and do the best I can. But yeah, like you said, as far as the win goes, I just got to keep moving forward with it.
Yeah, it's interesting, the psychological part of racing and how important of a role it plays. I just listened to a podcast today, Gypsy Tales with Jason Anderson was on it, and he talked about how when he won his championship, his Supercross championship in 2018, like he was not mentally prepared for that, and the championship itself for him was almost a setback in his career. He is how he described it, which is kind of crazy because that's the pinnacle of what he's aspiring for. And it, like the same, goes for you guys when it comes to like, race podiums, race wins, whatever your goal may be. When you find yourself in that position, it's almost like your mind starts playing with you. And because we talk a lot about how, some guys almost have to accidentally get that first win, and then it just starts, it starts clicking. And you're just kind of echoing how you have to get ready to be in that position before you can step foot in it.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, the mental side of it for sure. Like, that's even, something, that reminds me of like when I was on for my first podium. It was like, you kind of thought it was going to be, a little bit easier there moving forward, but, it definitely mentally, if you're not ready for that, it can definitely be hard to do that. And there's a lot more to it. I mean, just, there's so many things to have, to be ready for that situation to go right. It's, especially when, you're younger and just starting to get up there.
Right. Like my big thing was with it is I'm when you're in that position, how hard is it to kind of enjoy it at that time when you win? Because it seems like it takes a little bit for it to sink in. Like, well, I actually got a big, I'm actually on the podium and trying to enjoy it, because it's there, but how long does it actually set in? Like, does it take a couple days, that evening? Or do you just get it right off the bat? I mean, it's definitely, that's something I've worked on too, just trying to enjoy the whole part of it, whether, the result is a win or not, just striving for the best you can do. And, yes, having goals and trying to hit those. But, I'm sure, in GNCC, there's a lot of unpredictability. So, it's definitely I'm enjoying it right now and just focusing on that.
So now that you're in your second year on the Yamaha, you had a full season under your belt with it, and you a full off season to prepare for this season, and you're having great success with it. This might be a question that ends up rubbing some listeners the wrong way or not, but you came from the Honda, and how it's people that ride Honda, it's a real love affair with the Honda. And I'm sure it was the same for you when you were on it. But now that you are on the Yamaha and you've established yourself on it and you're familiar with the bike, familiar with working on the bike even, what kind of comfort do you bring to the line being on the Yamaha versus when you were on the Honda?
Yeah, no, I definitely feel comfortable on it. And, I've kind of been able to put the, setup, that question of, do I have the right setup here? And just being confident in the machine, I've been able to put that question out of my head and focus on the race itself and all the other things that go into it. I've tried to build, a good machine that can compete and finish races. So, if I can put myself in that position mechanically, then, I feel like that sets me up for a good race. So, yeah, I mean, with the Honda, I definitely went through, a couple different setups. And, I definitely think, that you can make them work for sure. I mean, Jared is still, round one, he was on the podium. So, Adam's still out there, putting in good races on him. So, yeah, they can definitely still work good. But, I just felt moving forward and sticking to the ATVs and racing GNCC, it was a good platform to run with.
Yeah, we've talked. I'm a Honda fan as well. Yamaha fan, too.
Right.
But we've talked a lot about how it's really beneficial to see. I think to see people support the people that are supporting the sport, and you guys, the proof's in the pudding when. Brandon actually has a stat for us. He's been waiting to bring up.
I've been waiting to bring. It's funny. Everybody's was like so diehard Honda, but if you look back, when in the 4-stroke era, Honda's never won a championship. It's been all Yamaha. So
Suzuki.
Well, one Suzuki, yeah. Well,
I mean, a
Chris
lot.
Bourge.
Yeah,
Chris
like
Bourge,
what, eight Suzukis, right?
At that point, I think he could have been riding anything. But but it's just a crazy stat because you start thinking back, you're just like, why is everybody so dead set on these Hondas? I mean, yeah, they can win some races, but the championship wise, it's been all Yamaha and one Suzuki.
Yep. So there was no Hondas before that then.
Yeah, before. Well, I guess you'd have to go back to the 250R. Days.
Well, I mean, what's crazy is how many champions are there really? There's really not that many champions on the quad side because it seems like when somebody starts winning, they don't stop until they retire.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. For the past, how many years? It's been 3,
Is it third?
Hey, Devon Masters is saying Suzuki is the best. That's a shocker, Devon.
Shoot. That's fine. I think it's been almost 20 years because was it Bill Balance, and then Borsche, and then who am I forgetting? Bill Balance, Borsche, and then Fowler, right?
Yeah.
And then was it Hawk before that?
I think so. Yeah,
that's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah. So I mean, think about it. In the last 20 years, it's been 3 guys. It's been kicking everybody's butt. So, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So on to some questions for you. Somebody wants to know: are you doing any riding schools over the year?
Yeah, I'm. I've done the fuel camps for the past 4 years or so. So I usually do the Indiana camp. That's in July. I do have to get in contact about that, but that's one that I'm usually at. So
what is like? I keep hearing about the fuel camp. What goes on there?
So yeah, I mean, there's usually 40 to 60, whatever it is now. It's grown over the years, but they put on a really good camp, and it's definitely very faith based, and they do we do kind of riding in the morning, lunch together, usually either riding or something else in the afternoon, and then they do chapel in the evening, and they have good instructors going there, and overall put on a pretty good camp.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Another question we have, Devon Masters actually wants to know if you have a personal trainer and how much do you ride? And I'm assuming he means
like off the bike or like off race days.
Like how much how much are you riding your ATV for practice?
Yeah. So yeah, no, right now I do not have a personal trainer. I've been just self-coached for the past couple of years. So, I have worked with trainers in the past and definitely do get benefit from that. But I've been, doing okay with doing my own thing. And as far as riding goes, I don't know. It depends on how everything is together and, what needs to be worked on at that time and when the races fall. But, I would say it's probably 3 or 4 hours a week. So that's kind of what I see it is, and just try to make the best of it.
Now, when you ride, do you work on like sprint motos, or do you go out and just try to put in like a 45-minute or 45 minutes an hour moto?
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes I'll do like sprints for like 30 minutes at a time, or usually the go-to is an hour. Just do laps for that time, and also work on maybe some technique stuff and try to have a different goal for each time I ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I guess a follow-up question to that is I think where Devon's coming from is he's wanting to know like how to improve and pick up speed. Now, when you're really focusing, and I guess you would do this in the off season mostly on trying to really improve your speed.
Yeah.
Is that something that you can do on your own, or do you feel like, because I know that you spent a lot of time in Croom or I don't know if a lot of time, but you were down in Croom this year with a few guys. Does it help when you are with other guys that are just as fast and maybe sometimes faster than you to improve that speed?
Yeah, I think riding with other guys is definitely helpful. Just because you're all kind of after the same thing, and you can bounce ideas off of each other, whereas when you're alone you can't necessarily do that. But I do think you can improve your speed either way. I think the biggest thing to focus on as far as racing, to improve your skills, is focusing on the intensity when you ride. Just because if you do want to go faster, you're going to have to race at a higher intensity. So just making sure, if you ride for an hour or 30 minutes, and you need to make sure you're, maintaining a high intensity for those 30 minutes or 60 minutes, whatever you set yourself up for.
Do you ever ride for a full 2 hours, like when you're practicing?
I've only done that like I think one time. So I usually it's just an hour or maybe an hour 15. So yeah, I feel
like that'd be hard, like really, really hard by yourself, because I've rode by myself before too, and it just seems like that time is just so much longer than what an actual race is. Yeah, it does feel long, and I don't know, maybe it's just because the equipment can barely last that long anyway too. But, I mean, 2 hour like gym sessions for sure, but as far as riding goes, usually under 2 hours. Yeah.
What is your favorite track? And it doesn't have to be this year. It could just be all-time favorite track.
Unadilla.
Yeah, honestly, Unadilla, but that's not a current track.
Man, we just had Hunter on a couple, or was it last week? Hunter?
Yeah, I think so.
Week before.
Last week.
These are running together now, 70 of them. But he talked about Unadilla a little bit, and neither one of us have ever been to Unadilla, but watching GoPro videos of that track, I can tell it's small for one. It didn't. It looked like sub 10-mile track, but it looked like extremely raceable as far as like so many different lines.
Split lines.
It looked like a lot of split lines. Brandon, you're right.
Yep. Yeah. No, it was. I mean, that, and they ran the moto track, which was cool.
Yeah.
Did you hit the Sky Shot ever?
No, by the time I raced it, they had like the hay bales, like where you had to turn right before it, which
I didn't always stop everybody.
It did. I was going to say, I didn't know it, but after the race, I was like, oh, they were still hitting it. But I don't know.
They set those hay bales up to where it looked like from the GoPro video, it wasn't a true stop and pivot through the through the hay bale. So it was kind of like still pretty tempting, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe at the time I wasn't quite confident enough I could hit that, but maybe that's a heck of a
now
leap,
I'd be
isn't
able
it?
to. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, from what I've heard though, it's kind of like one of those ones it's hard to mess up. From what I've heard, I'm sure I could figure out a way to mess it up though.
I love seeing the guys on the 3-wheelers hit it. Like this.
I've only ever seen one.
Yeah, those guys are nuts.
Only one guy's hit it on a 3-wheeler, at least on video, right?
I guess I'm not sure, but it's pretty cool to see those, like a guy just do that on a 3-wheeler. I mean, those things are crazy anyways.
I'm pretty sure the ATV motocross race one year had them out there.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
They had that 3-wheeler race.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, back to what Brandon was asking though. I mean, Camp Coker, that seems to be I don't know, a favorite track, but it seems like a lot of people like Camp Coker. Is that one that you're excited to visit this coming weekend, or next weekend, I should say?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a little bit more of a tame version of Florida.
That's what I've heard. A lot of sand.
Yeah, like the roots, kind of hold the ground a little bit better together, so it doesn't get quite as deep. So yeah, just another sand race.
You can tell he's excited. It's just like another sand race.
Yeah.
I mean, so this question got brought up last night on the Bottleneck Live show, that everybody trains in Croom, or not everybody, but a lot of people train in Florida all year long. And we only really have 1.5 races that are in sand. Is it solely because of the weather that everybody trains in Florida? Because it doesn't really seem to mesh up with what you're preparing yourself to go through during the GNCC season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily the sand is like the main focus. It's more about, just ride time in general. And obviously the sand is pretty brutal. So it's, kind of like worst condition scenario where, if you can ride that and be kind of accustomed to it, then, when you're back in the dirt, it doesn't feel quite as bad. So maybe that has something to do with it. Obviously, the weather for sure.
Yeah.
And, I've looked at it too, like, as far as places to ride too, that's another part of it. There's not a ton of spots that you can kind of do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause you think about it, North Carolina and Virginia is cold most of the time. So you got to go down that South Carolina, Georgia, and then in Florida, and Florida's usually the nicest down that way. So, and they got a lot of riding down in Florida too. So
yeah,
you get a little mixture of motocross and croom and all that good stuff.
For sure.
Devon, have you been paying attention? Has anybody been like asking you how you're going to do this weekend to get ready for their fantasy team yet? If not, just lie and say yes.
I haven't been asked about the fantasy, but I didn't really know how they worked, and I was like, I didn't know what handicaps were, and so I've been like asking just anyone about that. Like, how does this work?
So, like, you go ahead.
So basically, like your handicaps they will bump you up in position, and what we want to do is we want to entice people to pick farther down on the top 20 list, and the higher, we want everybody to be potentially able to score maximum first place points and then bonus points. So your guys that are lower on the list that have higher handicaps could get a lot of points. So it's basically enticing people to pick your XC2 and maybe your even A riders that are barely breaking into that top 20. And then if they're not in the top 20, you get 0 points.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it makes it interesting. It makes it really interesting.
Your goal, Devon, your goal is to get a negative handicap. That's what you want, because that means you're really kicking butt out there.
Yeah. Right now, I think we're going to put Ben Kelly at a negative
10.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But no, it's been a lot of fun, and we have to where you have to pick a rider in the top 5 in points. And Devon, you've been getting picked a lot. Yeah, you're one of the top picks for the top 5 riders. So you've been doing good for everybody.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Our goal is to make sure everybody just harasses you pro guys, and
yeah, we want every our goal is for everybody to look into your Instagram and man, is he having a good week? Did he get in a fight with his girlfriend this week? Or that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh geez.
So Devon, we actually need you to pick a team here real quick for us. Team me or Brandon,
geez.
because I don't know if you got a chance to see the new T-shirts that came out for Split Line. But we have a red T-shirt and a blue shirt.
Don't tell them. Don't
I'm
tell
not. Well, okay. Yeah, you pick. Have you seen them yet? Actually,
I briefly, yeah.
Okay.
Just pick whoever.
We're not gonna tell you whose team, because I have a feeling one's gonna do better and Brain has another feeling. So do you like the blue ones or the red ones better?
Well, is this like team red and team blue?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Honda Yamaha, or is this?
No. It's
not.
It's more
the
like
Honda's close to a Honda, or the red is close to a Honda red, but the blue is more like a dark navy blue.
Yeah, it's just more of like I'm team one caller and he's team the other. I chose one caller, he chose the other. So we're just having
we're gonna see which one gets the most picks or sells the best, I guess.
Well, I'm gonna go with blue because that's like the split line look.
Oh, gee.
Thank you. That
must be Rodney.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's what that
me.
sounds like.
So, and for that, what's your shirt size? I want to send you one.
I wear large.
There we go. Perfect.
We're out. We're out. He's got to wear red.
Don't tell me. Nobody listens to this show, but we still don't want you. Don't tell us your address. We don't want any crazy guys like come up to your house. So just send me your address and I'll send you a shirt.
Cool. That's awesome.
But hey, Devon, dude, as always, you're we really love when you come on the show. It's been great having you on here, and we appreciate you always listening too. It's cool to have you listening and checking out the show all the time.
Yeah. I mean, turning wrenches, and that's part of it, right?
That's right. I'm glad that we could. The shows have been getting a little bit longer, so hopefully we can. One day maybe we'll be able to talk your ear off while you're working on the entire bike.
Yeah.
God, I hope not. That's a lot of talking.
That's a lot of talking. So, all right, man. Well, we're going to let you go, and good luck this weekend or next weekend, I should say. Are you racing before you go, are you racing any local series on the off weeks, or are you trying to do that this year or not?
Yeah, I'm going to. They just haven't started up yet.
Okay.
So,
gotcha.
The New York series, I'll be going to those, and that New York series tends to bring a lot of talent, doesn't it? Yeah, it's pretty good series.
Yeah, you guys put on a good show. It just seems like there are certain local series that get to be like pretty feisty up near the top.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they seem to be like almost like mini GNCCs. So they're fun to keep track of during the summer for sure.
Yep.
So, all right, Devon, we're going to let you go, man. We appreciate you coming on, and we'll talk to you next time, bud.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right, bud. Talk to you later.
See ya.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Devon Feehan.
Got some fitness tips.
Feehan. Dang it. I forgot to mention that. Feehan.
Yeah.
Hey, I know he's still watching.
Yeah, he's still listening.
Do you play hockey? I had that. I should have wrote the question down.
Oh,
I forgot about it.
Nah, he knows I'm just messing with him. I don't know. I'm gonna keep saying it more now since you picked your caller. I don't know. Nah, I'm just messing. So
speaking of the shirts, though, if you guys want to order shirts, all you gotta do is message us on Instagram, and we'll be glad to give them to you. They're $20 a piece. Yep. We don't want to make any money off of them. We just want to get the shirt out there. Yeah. And we spent a buttload of money on shirts. We have a whole box over here. There's like 50 pounds of T-shirts. So please buy them because we're broke.
We're broke.
So Brandon, let's talk a little bit about the dirt bikes.
The bikes. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Kelly just kicking butt.
It's getting ridiculous.
It is. We'll talk about Grant Baylor. He looked good this weekend.
He did look good this weekend, actually.
Yeah. You see where Stu about did you see Stu get a speed bump for Grant? He fell almost right in front of him as he went by. He almost ran.
I didn't see that.
It was on Stu's story. It was funny.
Of course he would do that.
He was trying to cheer for him and he slipped down the bank and Grant was going by on a wheelie pretty much.
I can just see him with that neck brace on, just be like
speed bump.
Did you see where he pulled the stump out of the ground?
Yeah. That's funny.
I wonder if he's going to mount that stump on the wall.
He probably just left it in the parking lot or something.
They were like, "Who won the battle?" And he was like, "Not me, but I won the war."
Yeah.
took the stump right out of the ground.
Well, watch him walk by in his garage and stub his toe or something on it.
No, but Ben, I mean, we've already talked about undefeated season and its potential.
Yeah. I'm still staying on the Ashburn train. He's going to get one soon. Snowshoe Ashburn gets it.
Man, that'd be a good one.
Mhm.
I mean, that would be kind of right up Ashburn's, his
hard enduro crap.
hard enduro racing, but that would also be right up to Toth's alley.
Yeah. So
to do a
I think it's going
solid
to take
run
a
there.
race like that to maybe have a good swing at the old Big Kelly there.
Hey, did you see? Were you watching the bottleneck last night?
I saw it and I got busy.
So I saw where Thad Duvall's mom commented on there and said that Thad is not retiring, and that ever since they said that in that podcast question, is he retiring? Like, she's been getting blown up with messages, and I was wondering, it's like, is that our fault? Because like we might have said that first.
Yeah.
Like we had a listener say
that was you. I mean, I
didn't say it.
You know.
I didn't say it. I just threw the question out there.
I'm just
hey, and it's not our fault. That is the one that put the video out that was very, like, what's going on here?
You can't believe everything on social media. You just
But
can't
he
believe
put it on himself.
You just can't believe it.
Yeah, well,
You're going to get a bunch of mean mom DMs.
well, I mean, hey,
I'm just joking.
we try here. We try.
We try.
So, but no, I agree with you. I think at some point in time, something is going to happen to where Ben has a bad start, breaks a chain. He's not running Sunstar, is he?
No.
Okay.
I don't think.
No, he won't break a chain if you run a Sunstar. Throws a chain.
Right.
Gets a flat tire, bends a wheel, something.
I mean, I'm sure he runs moose
But
bibs.
he looks like it looks like he rides almost effortlessly,
Yeah.
and puts the answer.
All the pressure's off of him.
It
right
really
now.
is.
It really is. That's why he's riding so good. I'm telling you, Stu's not there. Strang's not there.
When's
Thad's
Strang coming
not there.
back?
I'm not
We
sure.
made a mistake last week.
You keep making these mistakes. Wasn't me.
Well, at least
I'm just.
if you're making mistakes, that means you're shooting for the moon. All right.
You shoot for the moon a lot.
We're trying. We're trying here. We're trying over here. I made a mistake, and I said that he could potentially be back this past race. I was completely wrong, and I apologize to everybody that picked him in their fantasy. Because when I said that, I didn't really, think of the implications that there was like 10 people picking him in their fantasy.
You gotta remember, people rely on us for information.
Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to create to help us do better in our own fantasy game. We need to create like
a red X,
a
like
podcast.
Oh, just for
and just tell them who to pick, and then we pick the opposite.
Oh, okay.
Walker Taylor said Strength should be back in 2 weeks.
So
Next 2 rounds.
Is this
should say?
Okay. I got you.
Yeah,
I was thinking, 2 weeks. I was like, what's this, a week? And then be back.
You think Strength comes back and goes to a potential winning form?
Podium form.
Hey, and Walker's the one that questioned. Actually, Walker, you're the one that said something about Thad potentially retiring. So if all those rumors started because of us, it's your fault. I'm blaming you.
Oh, geez. Now you're blaming listeners and.
Yeah, exactly.
Just blame it on everybody else.
Blame pie.
Yeah.
We'll take, But hey, actually, I shouldn't have said anything because Bottleneck Live, they were getting all the heat
crap.
for it, and then we,
just flying under the radar.
We're flying under the radar, but until now. So Doug Kirk said he picked Strang a couple weeks ago.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
So we're getting kind of tired over here.
Are we?
Brandon's looks a little sleepy.
So honestly, when are you going to bring that bike out? When are you going to get that quad out?
I mean, I've already rode it. I've already rode my quad this year more than 100% more than you rode.
My quad or my bike? Because I've been racing.
Your quad. I've rode my quad more than you rode yours this year.
Yeah, this year so far. I think all I have to do is get it out for about an hour.
Did you see that Track 93? No, that's not true. I've already rode it for more than that. Nice try. Did you see where Track 93 is now opening up through the week?
I think it's just because of the weather.
Beautiful out. We should go ride there one evening or one afternoon.
Woods or moto?
I mean, can we not do both? See here, I'm the bad guy. I'm here trying to schedule something to ride, a time to ride, and you're just like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I just want you to go and race when I won't even come to the race.
I go racing all the time. I don't see you there.
I'm not going to Virginia.
Hey, I'm going
to watch you race. Now you
Beckley.
I will go to Beckley.
Memorial Day weekend.
Mm.
Yeah, see. We racing John Penton?
We're going with John Penton.
Are you racing?
We got to listen. We are media guys now. We have to go there and rub elbows, kiss babies, shake hands.
I don't know if anybody wants us kissing their baby. COVID
Shake babies, kiss hands.
All that good stuff. No,
COVID's dead.
COVID's dead. Isn't it crazy how?
Oh, Doug Kirk wants to know when the split line ride is. That's a good question.
We're got to work on that.
We do have to work on that. Let's talk to the Track 93 guys and see if we can schedule a time. Okay, so I'm curious. Do you guys think that? And message us if you're watching this not non-live or you're listening to this. Message us on Instagram or Facebook and tell us when you think would be a good time. Would it be during the summer break? Would that be a good time?
Hot. October. October's a good month.
Okay, October, but okay, I'm just wondering, like, because I don't know if a lot of people have only their race bikes. Would summer be a bad time because their bike might be broke down then, or stripped down and getting ready for the second half of the season? When would be a good time for the split line ride at Track 93?
Yeah.
We haven't even talked to Track 93. Has no idea we're having a ride day out there. Yeah,
I mean, I talked to him last year about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so they have a little bit of an idea.
Yeah, he said he was good with it. We just got to give him a day and get with him. But we'll talk. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So, I'm good for really whenever. And I would like to ride with you sometime. I keep asking you to ride, and you never want to ride.
No,
you just want to. You just want to race.
Oh yeah, duh. I mean, everybody show their hands. Who likes to race and who likes to ride?
I mean, I like to put some motos in and
you
ride.
put motos in at the track when you're racing.
Yeah, I don't have the drive to put all of the maintenance work in. It's just so time consuming.
We just had Devon Feehan on
I know
here,
Devon,
and he's doing all the motor work and pro and putting it on the podium, and you're like, oh,
good for Devon. I mean, Devon's doing it at the highest level, though.
Yeah,
that's Devon's job.
It's Devon's job.
I have 3 jobs that I do.
3 jobs.
3.
That's a lot of jobs.
And I'm a C-ball baseball coach.
Assistant
to the regional manager.
That's right. Oh, jeez.
Brandon's the regional manager.
I'm the
manager. Assistant to the regional manager.
I love it. No, yeah, it's gonna be. So if we race a High Point motocross on the quad, you're gonna show up. Hey, you know what? We haven't talked about that. This weekend coming up in Texas is the first round for the ATV motocross
at the Palm Springs, right?
I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think's gonna win that?
Joel. Joel.
Chad's getting redemption after Daytona.
Well, that's a good point. Actually, Chad's actually always been really good at that Palm. Yeah, but I mean, how did the results go there last year when Joel was on the Yamaha?
I think it was decent. Did Joel end up winning that one last year? I can't remember. But I think it's going to be a good one. With Chad and Rastrelli's riding really good. I'm telling you guys, Jeffrey Rastrelli is going to be a force to reckon with this year.
You know who I think is going to win?
Who?
Team Music Racing.
Hey, I like to see old Hogue out there. He was doing really good.
I really, really am looking forward to seeing what he can do out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he could potentially win for sure.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting.
So, hey guys, I want to actually apologize that we didn't get to put the scheduled event. So our viewership's a little bit down. I'm sure people will be watching this later on, but
a lot of people thought it was last night.
Yeah.
And
Brandon, your weird schedule.
I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? Kids got school. Summertime, we can just kind of do whatever. They ain't got school, so
yeah, we
just tie them up downstairs.
Don't say that. You ready to get out of here?
Yeah. This is an early one, isn't it?
A little bit. We still went over an hour.
Did we?
Yeah. So we gave away the XC Gear Mako 360. That's huge.
That's a big gift.
That's a big gift. So I forget who won.
Zach Bothwell?
Zach Bothwell. Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
We're excited. We'll get you hooked up with Lance over at XC Gear and make sure you let us know how that is because we don't have. He has one before we have one.
I know, right? I just want some foot peg.
And he's in the running for the championship over.
Yeah, man, he's doing all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah. So.
And I think he ordered some shirts too. I don't know.
Did he order shirts?
I don't know. I think so.
Oh man.
Hey, team split line.
Order those shirts. Order those shirts because we're in negative right now. We ordered more shirts than we probably should have.
Once again, we left that up to
shoot for the moon. Shoot for the moon. At least they don't got a date. It's not like we're
my
ordering.
wife keeps asking if you ordered those hats yet. Did you order the hats yet?
No. You want to know why? Because for the t-shirts, like you can get them made for fairly reasonable. Mm-hmm. You cannot get a hat made for a reasonable price. It's a decent hat. Like you get a junk hat. I don't want a junk hat. I want a nice hat. And it was going to cost like $32 a piece to make a hat. So I'm like, nobody wants to buy our hats for $35.
Sounds like we need to get in the hat making business.
No, freaking out. I agree.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, we don't have a code for the XC gear yet. We'll talk to Lance about that and see what we can do. He's really wanting to let everybody know that XC gear is not only for dirt bikes, it's for quads too. So we're excited to be able to. Actually, it was cool that we ended up working out that we get to put it on a quad. Yeah. This time, there's a quad downstairs and need to get one on, and Doug Kirk has a quad we need to get one on. Yeah. As well.
Yeah. It's so you doing anything this weekend? What's your plan?
I might go to the Mountain State race.
Oh, that's right.
I might go.
That's Sunday, right?
Yeah. So if you're at the Mountain State race this weekend and I'm there, I will. I'll be wearing a split line shirt and I'll probably have a few in my backpack. And if you just want to let me know, I'll bring it and we'll get you all set up with some split line stuff. We're not gonna call it swag. I don't like the word swag. Swag is so 2016.
What's the new one? Drip.
Yeah. Split line drip. Hit me up for that split line drip. Get my radio DJ voice on.
sounds like the after hours. The split line. No. So I'll be at the Full Gas Sprint Enduro this weekend. I'll have some shirts with me. Yeah. If anybody listens that rides there. Yeah. Come hook me up or come hit me up.
Brandon's be walking down like pro row, like a vendor, like get your shirts here.
$10.
Get shirts here.
Oh no, $20.
Brandon, send us off with the split with the read.
Oh man.
Let's go.
Guys, if you haven't got an XC or gut seat cover, get one. What are you doing? It's like the best seat cover there is. All right.
Glue. It's like glue to your rear end.
Yes. Saves me a lot. And also, if you just got that suspension redone, get you some seal savers. I mean, let's not be stupid about it. Also, protect your hands. They got some nice hand protections, some palm savers. There's long motos, there's rough sand tracks that's getting ready to come up at Camp Coker. Get you some seal saver, some seal saver hand savers.
You know who needs hand savers? Is Devon Masters.
He does.
Yeah, he sent me a picture
of his hand.
Ooh,
palm savers.
Looked pretty rough, man. After he held on to that stock bike to win the or to get second place at the.
New East Coast.
New East Coast. Thank you. Go ahead.
Oh, I love it.
Keep going.
Interrupt me like that.
Speaking of New East Coast.
Yeah.
Go race the Mountain State.
Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. Of course. If you guys want a reliable, great chain. I like the music. Why did it stop?
I don't know why it stopped.
Reliable, great chain and sprocket. Run Sunstar. It's the best. I ran into sand. I'm getting ready to run into some red dirt. He's
an officially a Sunstar representative, pretty much.
Hey, go read the blog. They did a little piece and with me in it, so it's pretty cool. Go check that out. We haven't shared it or anything like that.
Hey, real quick, speaking of Devon Masters will be coming in studio next week.
Yeah.
So Devon, we appreciate you coming in, and we're gonna break down that. Before the race, or that's after the race?
That's after. If he comes in next week, the race hasn't happened yet. It'll be before.
Oh yeah, but pre-race.
Preview. Yeah.
Pre-race.
And then, man, you keep interrupting me.
Go ahead.
That's
what I'm here for.
It's ruined. Just ruined.
I'll turn my mic off.
There we go. And then, guys, if you want some anti-vibe, if your two-stroke is giving you a lot of vibration on those, especially those 300s or those 500 two-strokes on those steel frame bikes, get you some Mako 360 clamps. Kill that vibration. Throw some pegs on there, some good grip.
It's an investment to put one of those on, but at the same time, like if you're spending all this money to go racing and to get there, to get to the track, to pay all this, like, you at least want to be comfortable while you're riding, right?
Yeah. Go get one of those. He can make it customized. He can put your like name on it, number on it.
Sick.
He can do all
That's
kinds of
pretty
stuff.
cool.
Yeah. Just make your bike look sick too.
Yeah, that way
While you're at
if it ever gets stolen, then
Yeah.
you can just like,
Hey, man.
lift the bar pad up.
I mean, I don't know if you could sell it after you put your name or number on it,
Uh-huh.
but you know, it is what it is. Go do it. It's the best thing ever. And then, guys, if you're up in West Virginia, around the area, look up Mountain State Hare Scramble races. They put the best races on. Can't get anything better than that.
Always technical riding. It's a great family atmosphere. They run dirt bikes on Saturdays, quads on Sundays, a little bit different from a lot of other
Basic
series.
race on Saturday evenings.
Stasic race on Saturday evenings.
Go check it out if you're in the area.
Bob
Stop in.
Rittenhouse is going to be building a mini supercross track for their final their final race this season.
He's gonna get
I
blown
hope
up.
Bob. Does Bob listen?
I
Does
doubt
Bob
it.
know what a
I
podcast
was gonna
is?
say Bob doesn't know what a podcast. He doesn't know. I guarantee it.
He asked. He asked
I think
us.
he probably upgraded from his flip phone.
He asked us what station are we on?
Yeah.
On the FM radio.
Is that what he asked?
No, I'm
I was fine.
I
Hey,
might, though.
one last thing. If you guys know our buddy Jason, send him a message and ask him when he's buying his next quad.
JT Hollywood. All right, guys.
Peace.
Time better call the bet. Ain't playing at your best, then you working left. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept. Like this. Daytime better come correct. Ain't playing at your best, then you working left. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept. Like this. She doesn't not take it. She said we should hook up the boyfriend I'm looking. Don't know me, they look at. I'm being the clouds. Full full of Henny, I'm drinking a 12.